I know it seems like forever since the US has been in a World Cup. It's been 8 years, but I'm sure for Wales nationals, it seems like even longer. It has been 68 years since Wales has made an appearance at the FIFA World Cup. So no matter what happens in this game, Group B, US versus Wales, it is going to be full of emotion and chaos. This will play a part in Wales' game, and they'll be playing with little pressure from back home. So the US needs to be very careful about making sure that this game does not get out of hand in the first few minutes. It will be critically important for the US to not let the pressure of the moment create easy opportunities for Wales. What's up, everyone? My name is Jake and you're watching It's Called Soccer. I am a UEFA licensed coach and I love to break down the tactics and strategies, especially as it relates to the US men's national team, players, coaches, everything in between. We're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers before this game starts, so I need 12 people, just 12 people, to hit that subscribe button below, and we're going to make our target 6,000 subscribers before this game. Let's get to the tactical preview. Wales sets up in a 5-2-3 with solid players in every single position. Their center backs are physical and can put in a strong tackle. There's very little space allowed when the opposing team enters their half. Sometimes you'll find that 5 in the back formations are very fluid, they change to 3 in the back and all of that, but with Wales they really stick to 5 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 3 forwards. A 5-2-3 means a 5-2-3. The front 3 is really an interesting aspect of Wales' attack. Usually they'll go with 2 fast wingers, whether that's Gareth Bale and Dan James, with a very strong and tall, athletic 6'5" striker in Kiefer Moore. The front 3 will switch attacking positions and just keep the defense guessing throughout the games, and it is going to be a handful to keep 3 of these players wrapped tight for this entire game. Kiefer Moore, obviously at a 6'5" body, he's going to be physical. He's going to be looking to score with his head. But that's not all he can do. He is good technically with his feet, and if we think this is going to be an easy game to defend or score, the US is in big trouble. Wales will look to attack in 2 very different and distinct ways. If they're holding a lot of the possession, they'll push their fullbacks up, Connor Roberts and Nico Williams, farther up the pitch and try and whip in those crosses to Kiefer Moore and just create chaos in the box for scoring opportunities. But when they're defending in their shape and giving themselves defensive solidity, they are not afraid to play counter-attacking soccer. Again, Gareth Bale and Dan James are very dangerous when running into space, and Kiefer Moore is athletic enough and physical enough to hold up the ball and allow them to move into those spaces. This is a bit of a conundrum for the US in who to play next to Walker Zimmerman in that center back position, because if we play Tim Ream there, that does give us a bit more of a physical presence against Kiefer Moore in the air, but it also leaves you with a lack of speed and recovery if they're going to go in behind and play into spaces behind our defense. Coincidentally, Wales have kind of the exact opposite strengths and weaknesses to the US squad. Wales have a trustworthy group of center backs to keep their defense stout and solid, and players like Spurs' Ben Davies and Bournemouth's Chris Meffam help keep clean sheets, while Gareth Bale, Dan James, and Kiefer Moore are more than capable of scoring a few goals. And depending on who the US does start next to Walker Zimmerman, whether that's Tim Ream, Cameron Carter-Vickers, or Aaron Long, Wales can decide to play a different way, which gives them an advantage. Striker Brendan Johnson can give Wales a different look up top, switching out the physicality of Kiefer Moore for the speed of Johnson. Now, Wales do struggle to keep possession in the midfield, and this happens for 2 reasons. The first being that their defensive formation only provides 2 players in the middle of the pitch, so in almost every game, they're outnumbered in the middle of the field. The second reason is because of the personnel that are available, whether that's Joe Allen or Aaron Ramsey. Those are really the only 2 starters that Wales have in the center of the park, and it looks like Joe Allen is injured, so it is up in the air who's going to start next to Aaron Ramsey in the midfield. And that should give the US a huge advantage when we think about who's going to keep possession and who's really going to run the tempo of the game. Thinking of the game plan for both teams, this is one area of the park where the US can take their advantage and hold it. While we expect the US to stay with a 4-3-3 that is the preferred formation for Greg Berhalter, they'll need to focus on a few specific tactical aspects to come away with 3 points. As we referenced, the midfield battle needs to be won ruthlessly and controlled by Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, and Yunus Musa. This is the one area where the US can take full advantage of their superior talent. Whoa, that feels weird to say. In attack, the US forward line needs to drag Wales defenders with them, leaving space for second runners, whether that's dropping in deeper when receiving passes and leaving space in behind the defensive line of Wales, or maybe they're running towards the goal and dragging those 5 defenders to run back at their own goal, leaving space in the penalty box. In the defense, the US needs to make sure that they don't leave themselves too vulnerable to counterattacks. If they push their fullbacks like they like to do into the attacking third, it could leave some 3-on-2 attacking opportunities for Wales, so the US needs to be really careful about potentially maybe leaving Tyler Adams or Yunus Musa back when we move the ball into the forward third. This is going to be a game where both sides are running fully on emotion, and sometimes when that happens, there is no telling what will happen. We can do our best to predict and preview the tactics and everything, but sometimes at the end of the day, it just comes down to how the players do that day and with the emotions and everything running through their mind. Add to the fact, my opinion, that the US is strong where Wales is weak and vice versa. I mean, at the end of the day, we're probably looking at a 1-1 draw, but this should honestly be, for any neutrals watching, one of the better tactical battles of the first match day. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. It has been a pleasure. I look forward to watching this game and breaking it down for you after the fact. I'll see you next time on It's Called Soccer. Peace.